こんにちは。Thank you so much. 2011、2011年、日本で大地震、津波、福島原発事故が起きました。
So there was an earthquake and tsunami and a nuclear disaster in 2011 in Japan.
それから誰にとっても辛い悲しい日々が続いて2年になろうとしています。
And then it's been 2 years since that day, and a lot of people had to suffer and cry.
その悲しみが怒りに、あるいは絶望になって変わっていった人もたくさんおりま
And
す。
some of those sadness has turned into desperation and anger.
私の家族は放射能の内部被曝を避けるよりも家族の絆や輪を選びました。
My family chose to stay together rather than evacuate and be separated to avoid the internal exposure to radiation.
そうして日本政府が私たち家族の自主避難を助けてくれる時が来るのを放射能で汚染された土地で待つことにいたしました。
So they decided to wait to live in the contaminated area, wait for the help from the government to get them out of there.
それで悲しみを収める作業、それが私の場合このキルトになりました。
I needed to work on the sadness, so that's why I started to work on this quilt.
たくさんの希望や夢をこのキルトに表しました。
So while I was working with my needle, all my prayers and hopes are put in this quilt.
この真ん中の四角が私のふるさと福島です。
The central part is my furusato home, Shirakawa.
今の福島は放射能で汚染されてしまって、もうその大地は長い病気にかかってしまいました。
The furusato Fukushima, the land, the homeland, is sickened, and that sickness is to last for a long time.
よその土地を探さなければならなくなりました。
It's almost as if we have to look for another land.
移住は簡単なことではありません。
To move to somewhere else is not that simple and easy.
また新しい苦労や苦しみが待っているかもしれません。
And then there's going to be another set of problems and challenges that when they move out of Fukushima, if that's possible.
けれど新しい発見や喜びもあります。
There may be some new connections and discovery that one can find in a new place.
そのフロンティア精神を福島の新しい文化に加えるのもいいではないでしょうか。
So I think that kind of spirit may need to be found in Fukushima.
おいしい水、
Clean water,
子どもたちが触れることができる地面、
and that the ground that the children can play without worrying about anything.
思いっきり呼吸できるきれい
And
な
breathe air
空気、
as much as you want.
根は
And the roots
根はこの福島に置いて、
roots would need to remain in Fukushima.
枝は外へ伸ば
But
していっ
the
て、
branches can grow out.
一枚一枚一つ一つ実
One
現させてい
leaf,
って、
one leaf, one dream after one dream.
たくさんの葉っぱをこのようなキルトのようにして乗せていくのはどうですか。
So let's envision that the branches and then the leaves that are opening up and one by one like this quilt.
Or in your heart、 あなたの子供たちがその続きを作っていくかもしれません。
So that your children could continue on with your dreams and hope.
皆さんの家庭や地域でそんなキルトを作って、あるいは心にそういうものを作って、
Maybe in your own community you can make a quilt of your heart.
大切なのはまず望むこと。
What's important is to hope first, and then we want a society where I can dream and hope can come true.
それを実現させるために探し求めてください。
Then we look hard to see what's the next step after that.
そのような作業はみんなでする方が素晴らしいいいものができるかもしれません。
And of course, to do it together with everybody gives us strength.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, Reverend Sarah
is a great Christian, but I'm actually a Buddhist. But this is what it's all about. It's not your race, it's not where you're from, it's how we unite. And together we can do a great thing. I'm from Koriyama city in Fukushima. It's in the center of Fukushima. And it has got beautiful mountains and Lake Inawashiroko. I'm sure that some of you have been there. 2 years ago, everything changed. My husband came to tell me there is a huge earthquake in Tohoku area, that's the northern part of Japan. I called my family and no response. The circuit was busy and I couldn't get a hold of any of them for 2 weeks. And that was a hard time for me, not to be able to contact them. And at the same time I saw the explosion from the Fukushima Nuclear Power Plant. And that was the scariest moment in my life. Well, finally, 2 weeks later, I was able to contact my family and they said, you can't believe what happened. My father's house and my sister's house, everything was severely damaged. Now, 2 years later, I wake up in the morning and I turn on the TV to watch the Japanese news program with my anxiety rush. Something may be happening today. Something happened yesterday. My sister lives in the center of Koriyama. The radiation dose is very high. She said inside the house was 0.5 millisieverts per hour. That's pretty high, and 4.8 in the ditch in front of the house. And behind her house, there is a Oshima Elementary School. And I called the Koriyama City Town Hall to tell them, you gotta decontaminate the soil. I mean, a lot of kids are in the high dose radiation area. I have 3 sons, and I have taken my sons to Japan ever since they were 4-month-old. Since this nuclear accident, we are not being able to go back. I want you to take a look at this beautiful girl's picture. And since I'm a parent, I'm a mother, this picture just makes me cry. When I think of her, what kind of thing on her mind, lying down and her thyroid checked out. And I also think what kind of things her mother and father is thinking about what's going to happen to her. Now, last July, 36% of children had found that they had abnormal thyroid growth. And I'm sure that some of you know about Dr. Caldicott. After she found out the results, she said this: you would not expect abnormalities to appear so early. Therefore, one can assume that children must have received a high dose of radiation. And I believe her. And last September, one child was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And just recently, 2 more children were diagnosed with having thyroid cancer, and additional 7 are suspected to have cancer. They're facing other health problems like heart problems and diabetes, and of course, needless to say, they have anxiety, they have fear for the future. If we act right now, we could change the situation, we could save the Fukushima children. Even though we don't hear about Fukushima, please remember what is going on and check it out and help them to live in a safe place and also bring back the real smile into their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you.